Hello, and welcome to your Lab 6 demonstration video for Week 6, Introduction to Web Design, CNET 204. We're going to look at inserting hyperlinks, how to format ordered and unordered lists, applying classes and IDs, and describing when to use them. You should have already watched the lecture video covering this week's content. If you have not, you should go back and do that. So last week and the week before, we created the first page in our website and we stylized it with some CSS, right? Now we're going to layer on the framework for a navigation bar, and then we're going to spend the remaining labs. Next week we're going to stylize the navigation bar, but after that we're going to spend the remaining labs building a website, because we've built up all the framework that we need, including the web server and our development environment and all kinds of fun stuff. The first thing you need to do in Lab 6 is you need to click on this link and set up a Lab 6 to 7 or 6 to 10 repo. So we used a GitHub repo. Whoops. You shouldn't see that. I was messing around with stuff. That's why I saw that. So you just click accept assignment and give it a second. It should create. There we go. We used a repo already for labs 4 and 5. And I did that because there's kind of a logical divide in when things are due. So you can do that this way. Now, we're going to use this repo for lab 6 to 10 and assignment 1, because that's going to integrate with our website. And you're going to get another one for assignment 2, which we're going to get later. The first thing we're going to do is clone our repo locally. I'm not going to use code spaces this time. I'll use Visual Studio Code. I already have it open. And I want to show you why. It'll make sense kind of as we go through. So, we need to go to our source control. Not our source control. There we go. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. I had an update. Closed it and everything worked better. We're going to clone a repo. You've done this before, right? So let's clone from GitHub. Oops. Lab 6 to 10, assignment 1. That's the one we want. And where are we going to stick it? We're going to stick it right here. Right there. And it's cloning everything. Yes, we want to open it. Boom, it's open. And notice there's a form PHP there. What? How is there a PHP there? Let's just tell that to go away for now. That's a template for Lab 10. Because we're going to use this for the rest of the course, for everything except for assignment 2. Now, the easiest way to get what we have or need from the stuff we already did into here, so we're just going to open this in the File Explorer, in Windows Explorer. So I've got this in Document CNET 204. This might be somewhere different on your local machine. And I'm just going to copy, index, and style, and stick them in here. And look at that. They automatically show up. They automatically show up. Git's not tracking them yet because we haven't committed them. But when we commit them, that will, which we're going to do because we're going to modify some stuff, that'll be taken care of. This is also the easiest way to upload images and things like audio and video. We're just going to use GitHub for it and then pull it into the server, just like we've done everything else. It's pretty great. So, we've copied those in. We're going to open index.html because this is the one we're modifying. We're going to add an unordered list at the very top of the body, just below the comment. There we go. And now we're going to add an item to it. Home. Whoops. That's not how we do that. So a list item, right? We're going to call it home. So this is the text that's going to eventually appear as our hyperlink, which we're going to stylize. And we can preview what's going on. Just use the local preview for now. That's good enough. And hey, look, there we go. There's our list of one item. So using what you've just learned, we're going to add a couple more. We're going to add a list item for, I'm going to get rid of that because that's a bit distracting. You can leave that open as you code instantly, and look, it updates in real time, which is kind of handy. We're going to add list items for, I'm going to look at my instructions and make sure we get it right. About, form, and media. These are future web pages we're going to make. They don't exist yet, and it's not going to work yet. That's okay. So we've got our list of items. Now we're going to turn it into a list of hyperlinks. So you do that with the anchor tag. Whoops, not quite like that. href equals, this one is just going to point to an empty ID. And I need that over there. It's the only thing I don't like about autocomplete. There's a couple ways of doing that. This is because on our home page, right? That's our first page. This is this page right here, right? We don't want that hyperlink taking you anywhere. So the easiest way to do that is just have it go to an empty ID. Now we're going to add another anchor tag, hyperlink reference. This one's going to be about.html. And then we copy that in. I guess I could have done this another way. Form.html. I'm just going to, look at that, copy that in, because it's not where I want it to be. And, sorry, form.php. Not HTML. That one's actually going to work, because that already exists. We created that. href equals media.html. And we stick media in there. And I did things a little bit out of order, because I didn't get that later. Whoops. This is supposed to go up here. I reordered things, and apparently I missed it in the instructions. Don't worry, it'll be fixed when you're watching this. So if we save that, let's preview it. There's our handy preview. And there we go, we've got our list of stuff. And look at that, form kind of worked. It's not going to work good. It's not going to work good right now. Not in there anyway. So we've got that. Now we're going to add the main tag around the rest of our content. So that's pretty easy. Main. Let's take the closing page, main tag. Oh, I didn't turn on word wrap. Let's fix that, because that's going to drive me crazy. There we go. There we go. So there's our main tag. Now that technically should be tabbed over, but I'm going to stick it there. So that's our main content. We're going to add the nav content tag in a minute, but let's actually open the preview. I know this is annoying, and I don't think it's actually going to do anything. We're going to add the meta tag now for the viewport. So you do that just in here in the head. Meta name equals viewport. Content equals, oh look at that, it broke everything for a minute. Width equals device dash width, comma, initial scale, colon, not colon, equals 1.0. And we close our meta tag, and hey, we got that back. So that's not actually going to do much right now. but it'll do things later, don't worry. That's done. We're going to add the nav tag now around our list. So there we go. And that's not actually going to do a whole lot. Did change things a little bit, but not much. It's not going to do a whole lot until we layer on some stuff next week. And one more thing to do. We're going to add a class to this one. And we're going to call it active. And I've got it the other way in the sample, but that works too. Maybe I'll fix that before we do the lab. Or before you get a chance to look at the lab. Now what this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to add a unique style to the current page on our site, on every single page. So you know just by looking at the navigation bar what page you're on. That's a useful thing. We're done. We're done. We can save this. And we can upload it to GitHub. So we're going to stage our changes. And initial commit lab 6. I'm going to call it that. Whoops. Oh, I got to set cancel username and user email again. I guess that got wiped. So hold on. I'll like turn around now. I need my terminal. So the commands for this, if you need them, exist in lab 4. Git config user.name your name. I'm going to use my name, of course. And git config user.email. I think I used that one. And now this should work. So we sync our changes, we say OK, and everything's going. Awesome. Now we need to go into our instance. Right. So I spun up my my AWS, or I started my Learner Lab in AWS. We need to connect to our www instance. We could do that a couple different ways, right? We could do it from the command line. We could do it graphically. Since I've got this open, I'm just going to do it graphically. So we're going to hit connect. And I'm just going to connect this way. Say connect. And there we go. Now, we need to clone our new GitHub repo because we only have the labs 4 to 5 one in there, right? So it's going to be git clone git at github.com cnet 204 slash labs 6 dash 10 dash assignment. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, there we go. 6 dash 10 dash assignment 1 and then your username. So let's give that a go. That should work. There we go, everything's there. And now we're going to copy all of that into our document root, like we did in Lab 4. cp-r labs 6 10 assignment 1 star var www.html. And there we go. Everything should be there. Now, if we view this in a browser, we just open our thing there. And we should have our web page. There we go. Now it's populating. Note, if it's not showing up, right? HTTP. not HTTPS. And look at that. There's our page in 15 minutes. That's awesome. So, next week we are going to continue building out our navigation bar. You've got your new repository that we're going to use for the rest of the content for the course, except for assignment 2. You're going to get a different repo for assignment 2. But assignment 1, we're going to use this one here. And we're just going to keep building out a website. Thank you for watching. Take care, be safe, have a great day, week, whatever. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.